Spoopies, it's Kaylee, and today let's talk about how to survive the holidays and stay body positive. So we're past Thanksgiving, we're getting into the holidays, we're getting into the time of the year where we get all these mixed messages about, food and indulging and also not indulging, and also counting calories and losing weight, and we start getting all the diet culture bombarded at us, like how to not gain weight this holiday season, how to spring back from the holidays and get your amazing beach body for the new year, new body, new you, all this kind of stuff. One of my favorite analogies for diet culture is that it's like water and we're like fish. We're swimming in it all the time. It's constantly around us. So it's really easy for us to not even think about it or just consider it a part of our normal daily lives. But when you train yourself, you can start critically thinking about it and recognizing it and kind of teaching yourself how to deal with it and how to retrain your brain and how it thinks when you're receiving all of these diet culture messages that kind of really appeal to our lizard brains, like the most instinctual level on which we think. And the diet industry knows this is a really vulnerable time of the year. It loves it. It loves to cash in. And so, yeah, don't feel bad that, all this paid marketing is being directed at you. It is intentionally trying to make you think these things and feel really bad about yourself. So for me, growing up, I was in a pretty dysfunctional family. I was the daughter of a mother who was very, very, very focused on weight and still kind of is, and had a lot of her self-worth and identity tied up in her weight. And so I just remember the holidays being a really confusing time, because on the one hand, I would, at family functions, I would have family members kind of poking me and prodding me and telling me, I look even fatter than I did last year, and why was I wasting my potential because I could be so pretty if I just lost weight. And then they would hand me like another slice of pie or tell me like, oh, you're only having one plate, like go back and get some more, very confusing. But I'm also Southern, so I grew up in that whole Southern culture of food equals love. Food is how we nurture one another. So I completely understand how the holidays can be a very trying experience, and I just want to share some of my tips that I've learned through personal experience on how to kind of survive. So I think one of the most important things is to set boundaries. Like before any holiday parties or gatherings or anything even happen, start off by mentally setting up boundaries with yourself. Like, I don't know, it always helped me to kind of mentally prepare and think, this person's gonna be there. They're probably gonna say something rude to me. What if mom brings up my weight again, and how much happier I'd be, and how much, she would be proud of me, and all this stuff if I just lost some weight. And it's like, how am I going to respond to that? And kind of coming up with a game plan in your head. And you don't have to be super defensive, but it helps to kind of prepare yourself, because I'm a very emotional person and I don't like confrontation like at all. So whenever a family member would confront me in any way and be kind of rude, I would usually end up crying, not because they really, really hurt my feelings, or I don't know, not because I was particularly sad or anything, but that's just kind of how I react to things. Like it's just like a reflex. I just cry when I feel any kind of strong emotion. So yeah. But if you generally have a good relationship with your family and pretty open and honest communication, or if you just have, like, I guess, allies within your family who you know can back you up, maybe just take them aside before the event if you can and just kind of explain to them, hey, I've been dealing with a lot of stuff with my weight and my body image, so I really would prefer not to have to talk about that stuff tonight. Like, I want to see everybody, I want to enjoy everyone's company, but I just don't, you know, it would make me feel really bad if that kind of stuff got brought up. And also just keep in mind that you are completely entitled to leave. You don't have to be there if you don't want to. If a situation becomes really uncomfortable, if you're really not enjoying a conversation with someone, you don't have to be rude or inflammatory or anything, but you can just excuse yourself. You know, say, I don't feel like having this conversation right now, or I'm not feeling this right now, or hey, oh, hey, look, there's, you know, my favorite cousin I haven't seen in a while, I'm gonna go over there and talk to them, and just excuse yourself from the situation. And also, you're totally entitled to just completely leave the whole entire event itself if you want to. You know, you can do you. Your mental health and your well-being are, you know, the priorities. They're more important than, you know, someone's dumb conversation they want to have with you about your weight or how you look or whatever. It also really helps to cultivate a body positive, like, safe space for yourself, and that can be in real life or it can be online. And that means, you know, having supportive people around you, whether, you know, they're online friends or in real life friends or both. Just having friends that are also body positive, that understand what you're going through, that can, you know, reinforce your beliefs and let you know that, you know, this is the right thing, you're not doing anything wrong, that you are fine just the way you are, which, by the way, I will always totally back you up on. And that may also mean, you know, going through your social media and getting rid of the stuff that makes you feel like shit. I've definitely had to do this in the past, like go through your Instagram, your Facebook, Twitter, whatever social media accounts you're on, and just getting rid of all the accounts, like, you know, all the super fitness gurus who focus on weight loss as like the ultimate measure of fitness. And, you know, the one annoying friend who is always going on about their stupid juice cleanse diet and is trying to get everyone else to go on it too. You know, you gotta be kind of mercenary and protect your own mental health during the holiday season. So no shame, no shade. Get rid of those people who make you feel bad. And just keep in mind and remind yourself why you're body positive in the first place, like why you began this journey. You know, the diet industry is insidious, and they've made billions of dollars profiting off of people's insecurities. So I don't think I'm alone in saying that I don't want to give them any more of my money. Not to mention all the wasted years of your life, all the wasted time spent believing that your life would be so much better if you were thin, if you could reach this magical number or this magical weight or size, then, you know, then your life could begin. And that's really just a trap to make you waste time and not live your life. And you've decided to do away with that and, you know, just start fucking living your life no matter what size you are. And really that whole lie that your life will magically become perfect and beautiful and everything you want it to be if you lose weight and become this magical size. And I think most of us intellectually, when we really think about it, we know that is total bull and not true. Yeah, like a lot of us on the diet, when we were on the dieting, you know, treadmill, I lost tons of weight over the course of my life, and I never got any happier. If anything, I got more miserable because my mind was just wrapped around being obsessed with numbers and calories and weight and the fear of gaining any of it back. And yeah, and that feeds into the other thing, which is it's just such a detriment to your mental health. And it could also be to your physical health depending, but it's definitely detrimental to your mental health and your relationship with food. And so yeah, for all those reasons, that's why you're giving up dieting, that's why you're pursuing body positivity, not to mention that dieting doesn't work. So yeah, for all of those reasons, just keep in mind that stuff. That's why you're doing this. And you know, that's more important than some person in your life's like crappy opinion, because it is very insidious. Diet culture is very insidious. It leaks into all parts of our lives, and it's very, very easy to like kind of have a relapse and feel like, you know, maybe this trusted family member has a point. Maybe I do, you know, all my friends, all these people at work or whatever are talking about a diet or a weight loss, you know, contest or whatever crap, and it's making me question myself and making me feel like maybe I should try to lose weight or whatever. So if you do start questioning yourself, that is totally fine. It's perfectly normal. Just remember to kind of center yourself and bring yourself back to, you know, that kind of body positive community you've built for yourself. That's why it's so important to like have your own little community to surround you and kind of support you when you need it. And speaking of support, don't be afraid to reach out for support if you need it. If you need to call up a friend who's maybe in another state, or, you know, message an online friend, what have you, whatever you need to do. If you need to call a therapist or something and tell her about, you know, some destructive thoughts you've had, like, go for it. You know, there's no shame in reaching out for help if you really need it. It's really important to do that. You don't deserve to be bullied or shamed, no matter what you look like or what size you are. You deserve to stand up for yourself and stand up for your right to exist and enjoy yourself and enjoy the holidays as much as anyone else. And definitely control your media intake. That is a really big one for me that has helped me a lot. Like, I hardly watch, you know, any TV or commercials or read magazines or anything anymore, and I found that it does wonders for my mental health, especially this time of year when, you know, there's so much like media bombardment about diet culture. But yeah, so I hope these tips are helpful to you in some way. The holidays is all about happiness and hope and reflection and anticipating the new year to come, and none of those things require you to have a smaller waist. So just keep that in mind. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please feel free to subscribe and join my coven of beautiful spoopies. And as always, guys, remember that you are beautiful just the way you are, and to always be yourself. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!